Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas College Station, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karmakanda. 9. To instruct a fearless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move on to our next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that, may I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जय दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Cincinnati.
Hare Krishna, Ishimati Mataji, Dhanat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining this call, Bhakti Sangha call, and giving your association wherever you are there. You are always there on Bhakti Sangha. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Sri Gurudev ki Jai Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association every single day. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna Radha Jyoti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and asking wonderful questions. Welcome to the call.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. My most humble obeisances to you and to all the assembled devotees. Please accept my most humble obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Amita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining this call and blessing all of us with your sweet association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shyamagiri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagauri Mataji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association, and all glories to your wonderful services.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay. Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you for joining every single day. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Vinita Kandarika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Lila Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining and chatting so enthusiastically. Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every single day and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Is Kalyani Mataji from Hyderabad who joined?
Krishna, Vinita Kandarika Mataji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nice to hear your sweet voice, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. You're always sweet.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Or else we'll start the recording here. Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 5th chapter. And today we are seeing two verses, second verse and the third verse. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I request Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu to take over from here. Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Whenever you are there on the call, it's a sweet smile for everyone. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanaparam to you and all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. Sometimes messages have to go personal, but it goes in the group. Which is good. Haribol. We are very fortunate to have His Holiness Samik Rishi Ji, Maharaj Ji. Maharaj is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, Maharaj donated the deities in Philadelphia temple, and he made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in the villages. He has also served as a temple president of ISKCON, New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility, and he is now, of course, an initiating guru in ISKCON. And there are many more services that Maharaj has done, but this is such an old introduction that we have, so they are not there. So over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that brief introduction. Hare Krishna, Samik Rishi Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. We are really very fortunate to have you on the call, Prabhu. Thank you so much for your association. Today's verse is 7th canto, 5th chapter, 2nd and 3rd verse, Prabhu. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My thanks to all the devotees who are attending this everyday chant and others who are outside are joining with the Zoom. I'm very happy that you give me this opportunity to speak on important verses of Srimad Bhagavatam about Prahlad Maharaj. He is the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu. So one side is a demon, another side is the very advanced, elevated devotees. So why this discrimination? So we will discuss about this. You all know about how Prahlad Maharaj was troubled by his own father, and these were the questions that. So let us just first pray and then we do this. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanditam Nam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya नामने गौरतुषे नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओं विष्णु पादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. So we will read text number and the questions that were asked by Sukdev Goswami's like Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami. So those questions, so and Yudhishthir Maharaj. So this is the description was like Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj. They are discussing about that how Hiranyakashipu became so violent towards his own son. So that was asked. So Yudhishthir Maharaj asked this question to Narad Muni, and he's explaining this why this happened. So text number 2. तौराज्ञा प्रापितं बालं प्रह्लादं नयकोविदं पाठया मासतु पाठ्यान् न्याश्च सुरबालकान्. Translation: Prahlad Maharaj was already educated in devotional life, but when his father sent him to those two sons of Shukracharya to be educated, they accepted him as their school along with the other sons of the Asuras. Prahlad had other 3 brothers. They were all studying together, and Shukracharya is the Shukra, that is means why he appointed Shukracharya, Hiranyakashipu, because he is the spiritual master of all the demons, and he is just to maintain his family. Although Brahmanas should not be working for Asuras, but he accepted that position to get bigger fatty salary, all the facilities. As a matter of fact, is both the sons, Shand and Amark, they were living very close to Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was terrorizing practically whole universe except Brahma, Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. Everybody was serving him. Everybody was afraid of him. And so now, because his brother Hiranyaksh was killed by Lord Vishnu, Varahadev, he became enemy of Lord Vishnu. And because he by his austerities, he pleased Lord Brahma and got so many boons that he would hardly be destroyed by anybody. So everybody was terrorized by Hiranyakashipu. So now he has a son who is about 5-year-old, and he wanted whole universe to rule and accept him as the supreme personality of Godhead. And Prahlad Maharaj learned from Narad Muni in the womb of Kayadu in Narad Muni's ashram. So he was very well versed what is the duty, what is proper character, how he should behave, and Hiranyakashipu was against that. So he's sending them to learn on politics. Politics means to discriminate that you are my enemy, this is my friend, and that way uh, there is so much duality in the life. But we are all children of Krishna ultimately, and we have soul and Paramatma. There is no dualities. In Paramatma is big, that is we accept, but at the same time there is a spark of part of Paramatma is the spirit soul, and from soul to soul one should not discriminate. Everybody is equal, and there are many verses in Bhagavad Gita which tells about equality. And so this duality is only in, there is certain duality, you may say, that Krishna says that I take care of my devotees and others are also, but that is a natural way that yes, if somebody is a devotee, then naturally he will be more favorable to them. But it is not a duality, it is not a discrimination. So we will read more about these things. So text number 3. So Prahlad Maharaj is sent to the education to this Sunday number, and along with another voice. The next verse, text number 3. Yat tatra guruna proktam shushuve anupapaఠ cha na sadhu manasa mene swapara sadgrahashrayam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prahlad certainly heard and recited the topics of politics and economics taught by the teachers, but he understood that political philosophy involves considering someone a friend, someone as an enemy, and thus he did not like it. Purport. Politics involves accepting one group of men as enemies and another group as friends. Everything in politics is based on this philosophy, and the entire world, especially at present, is engrossed in it. The public is concerned with friendly countries, and friendly groups are enemy countries and enemy groups. But as is stated in Bhagavad Gita, a learned person does not make distinction between enemies and friends. Devotees especially do not create friends and enemies. A devotee sees that every living being is part and parcel of Krishna. Mamaivansho jivalo bhuta jiva bhuta sanatana. Therefore, a devotee treats friends and enemies equally by trying to educate them both in Krishna consciousness. Of course, atheist men do not follow the instructions of pure devotees, but instead consider a devotee their enemy. A devotee, however, never creates a situation of friendship and enmity. Although Prahlad Maharaj was obliged to hear the instructions of Sunday number, he did not like the philosophy of friends and enemies, which forms the basis of politics. He was not interested in such kind of philosophy, in this philosophy. So it's showing up the whole situation of the material world, and how it is running, how there is enemies, friends, in a different way that we taught. And so Prahlad was only a very, very innocent child, just a 5-year-old. Prahlad was sent to the school that was designed in a way to fulfill the desire of the dictator Hiranyakashipu, what he wanted, and he was ruling over. Traditionally, any higher person is a prominent. He just, what is the purpose of education is good character. That person should come up with a good character, behave equally with everybody, do not make distinction, friends and enemies, and so he's just like Prahlad Maharaj is a very sweet-hearted, and he made even the demonic sons. He was teaching them that what he learned from Narad Muni, and he was giving them Krishna consciousness. So unless one develops a good character, he may destroy, like the education may destroy, or may have his life, or it may have disastrous effect. So the children should be trained very seriously about good character. Otherwise, the children may come up very arrogant, exploitative, greedy, they may create havoc in the society. They may start doing anything nonsensical. So Prahlad Maharaj was independently very, very thoughtful. He did not had any effect of Shand and Amar. Although he heard the philosophy of politics, economics, he heard that, and he knew that what is the defect in this. And that's why Srila Prabhupada said that when you send to the college and there is no character development, there is no study of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then it is like a slaughterhouse. You just kill that child practically. His good sensitive things to do it. He cannot do it. He learns, and then one thing leads to another. In this way, the leaders should be protective. Should be protective for their character. Should be give them the character, and just like Bhagavad Gita says, "Yad yad acharati shrestha, tatat eva taro jana, sayat pramanam kurte, lokastadanu vartate." Whatever a great person he does, then others they follow, and he creates a praman. He tracks how to behave, how to do it, just like Narad Muni or Krishna is giving us so many instructions. So in this way, the devotees, they have to create a situation that others can follow and elevate themselves to God consciousness. So they do not have to go through so many species of life, or do not finish their life in something dictatorship, something distinguishing that this is my friend, enemy, this is man, woman, or this is good, this is bad. So this is my country, this is other. Yes, country-wise division cannot be changed, but at least they should follow a good character, and good character is very, very essential. Because of the lack of good character, people are creating so many animosity between big countries, the bombing and so many things, and the nature takes the revenge out of that. So, and Prahlad had such a faith in his guru, Narad Muni, and then he wanted to give instruction to the children there. Because we are all brother and sisters. We are beyond the body. We are the spirit soul. So practically very few people, they know about this part. So we are very, very effulgent sparks of Krishna. And so Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gai Hastini Suni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Sandarshan. A Pandit sees equally to, he does not distinguish, because he sees that there is a soul and there is a super soul. Paramatma is there. So who is really learned, Vidya Vinaya, he develops Vinaya, means he is very, very humble. Brahmane, and he does not distinguish between Brahmane, means a Brahman, priest, Gavi, that is cow, Hastini, that is cow, Sunicheva, that Chandal and dog eaters, even a dog and a dog eaters. He treats them equally because he sees that there is Paramatma sitting. They are also my brothers and sisters, although they have another body. So he does not distinguish on bodily characters. Like you heard of Ranti Dev. He was fasting for 45 days. And when some Brahman came, he gave him his food. And then he got a little food. And then there was even a Chandal came, a dog came, and he gave ultimately his last drop of water even. And he was fasting for 45 days. So a learned man does not distinguish in that way. And another part, that who is in Brahma Bhuta state, when so recognize that he is the spirit soul, part of Krishna, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, na sochati na kankshati. That one who is transcendently situated in, at once realizes that the supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto him. So this is the beginning stage, that Brahman realization. Then there is Paramatma realization. Then there is realization of the personality of Godhead. So this is the beginning, and then he sees equally to everybody, and then he neither laments nor hankers for something. Then he develops more pure and pure bhakti. So he goes beyond even the bhava bhakti. Like Bharat Maharaj was on a preliminary stage of bhakti, bhava bhakti, but he somehow got attached to a little deer or a fawn, but later on he fell down. But then he was how much careful he was that he was. But so the who gets he became a perfect devotee later on, and he stopped these distinctions. Although it was one may think that he saved a deer who was a child of child deer. He saved him, and that was very proper at that time. But then he should have left him to his own course rather than getting too much attention, remembering him rather than not engaging in devotional service. So a pure devotee, he sees the presence of Krishna, and devotee does not become too much enamored by someone's favors or someone's disfavors. Whatever is doing is, yes, you are favoring, that is fine. If somebody is not favoring, means he sees equally, it may be some reason that is favoring or not favoring, or just to exploit, they become very sweet, and then they take advantage, and later on they just forget everything. So this is what is the businessman, and they do it. So Bhagavad Gita, it gives it's the basic principles how to live the life, what it is, who is God, who is a living entity, who is the spirit soul, who is karma, and so there are 5 things are given in Bhagavad Gita. So that is the basic study. But beyond this, like Bible says even much more lower than Bhagavad Gita, because they say that, oh yes, one should behave with others the same way what you would like to be behaved. Even this Jesus Christ was put on a cross, and they punished him so much. But what he was saying, that these people, they do not understand what they are doing. Please, oh my Lord, please forgive them. Same thing about that Haridas Thakur. He was beaten in 22 marketplaces, and they were supposed to kill him. So he was praying to the Lord that please forgive them. Even all the time, he never thought of ill about them. About these people who were beating him to death, and ultimately he prayed, but all these beating were taken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was such a sincere devotee. So they are a very, very high example. You may see that Bhrigu Muni, like so many munis, they asked them to test who is the greatest among all the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. So he went to Brahma, and he did not Brahma. He's Brahma's son, and he did not pay obeisances, or did not really bend down, and he became very angry, and he just threw him out of his place. Then he went to Lord Shiva, and Shiva and this Bhrigu Muni, they are brothers. So he went to Lord Shiva, and he was coming to embrace him or just greet him. But he says that, oh, you live in such a filthy place, and you smear dead person's ashes on your body, and you are snakes. Please go away, get away. And the Lord Shiva became so angry that he was taking his trident to kill, to hit or to kill Bhrigu Muni. But then Parvati Mata just, he's your brother, please be calm and quiet, and she stopped him. But then he went to Lord Vishnu, and then immediately he did not say anything, did not pay obeisances, and he just kicked him on his chest right away. He just went and kicked them without greeting or without paying respects. So, but what you see the response of Lord Vishnu, that, oh, dear Brahman, Bhrigu Muni, please have a seat, please, whatever then your leg is foot is very soft, my chest is very, very hard, and you must have got hurt. Please come and let me massage your feet so you don't get pain in your foot. My chest caused that. Just see how much humbleness. So Bhrigu Muni, that it is the person's ability to so tolerate the provoking situations, and that is was Lord Vishnu practically exemplified this, that he tolerated, and many people, Haridas Thakur, he tolerated them. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he tolerated the provoking situations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was one time Ramchandra Puri, his spiritual master Ishwar Puri's god brother. So he came, and then he was seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invited him, they were taking prasad. He was seeing that, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eating, because his devotees wanted him to take lot of prasad, they wanted to. But he was watching, and then he said that a sannyasi should not eat like this in such in such quantities. And see, there are ants are crawling. So he will watch so closely what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his devotees are doing. And then naturally, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said anything. He reduced this food to practically nil, and devotees were crying that the Lord is not eating, not coming to the house. Means he reduced that quite a bit just for Ramchandra Puri. But he never felt ill or never said anything with Ramchandra Puri. But when he left, then devotees became very, very happy, very jubilant. And then they were feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very properly, in a proper way, respectful way. You could see in the Haridas, not Haridas Thakur. Yeah, Haridas, this Srivas Thakur also. Srivas Thakur, there were nocturnal kirtans, he will do all devotional services and invite Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all night there was kirtan. And then one day, this Gopal Chapal came and brought all the paraphernalia, tantric paraphernalia, and whatever tantric paraphernalia, even meat and other things, wine and other things that he put in. And then he just bringing the people that just see what they are doing all night inside the closed house. This is their tantric vidya. They are not devotees. They are just imitating or just doing, but this is the tantric that I saw that. And after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot tolerate this blasphemy non-devotee, he developed leprosy just within few days, and so much he was in pain and was running here and there. He went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he kicked him out. He said that I cannot forgive you. You have blasphemed Srivas Thakur. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that if you want any relief, go to Srivas Thakur. So he went to Srivas Thakur, and then Srivas Thakur heard his what is his trouble, what has happened, and he forgave him, and then he got relief from his leprosy, which has happened to all over his body. You could just see Nityananda Prabhu and Madhai. So how Nityananda Prabhu and Madhai, that Madhai, rather than taking seriously to Krishna consciousness or listening, he took a brick or pot of mud pot and hit on the head of the Nityananda Prabhu, and bleeding was coming. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was supposed to, means he came and he was inviting Sudarshan Chakra to kill him. But Nityananda Prabhu, he took his leg, he caught him, hold of him, that please do not, our mission is to spread like that. This is the example this will be. So please show your mercy. And by this Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they became very exalted devotees. They are the same as who become Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and this Dantavakra and Shishupal. And now with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also they came, this Jai and Vijay, they came as Jagai and Madhai. But then it shows that how Nityananda Prabhu is merciful, how one should, and they behaved, they made a Madhai Ghat, and every devotee who were coming, and then they will wash their feet and pay them obeisances thousands of times. And so this is the Nityananda Prabhu, and how by his mercy that we can get, we can change our heart and become like this. So Jagat. Even Narottam Das Thakur, that you might have heard, that Narottam Das Thakur, he was born in a Kayastha family, and they treated Kayastha as Shudras, and he was initiating Brahmanas, and many people were following him. But this the caste of Brahmanas, they became very, very angry, and they were complaining to the king, and that he will destroy the Vedic culture, and he should be punished for this kind of behavior. And but nonetheless, and so much blasphemy, so much telling ill, and then later on he just thought that he should give up his body, and then he was on a funeral pyre. But then again at that time, that just see, they were blaspheming even at that time. Means I'm not that he had his disciples selling, means disciples who were pan walas and matka walas, and they were reciting so wonderful Sanskrit verses. So king sent some group, and then they ran away. But anyway, there were also other blasphemers other than the king who while putting Narottam Das Thakur down, and then then they were blaspheming even at the time, that just look what is his condition. he is now dying. But what happened? Then his devotees, they prayed to him that please stop this, all these people. So he got up from his funeral, like where he was put on the wooden stakes to get burned. And so he got up and then he preached in such a way that they all become his disciple. Even the king became disciple, and then his body was put into the, then he was told that you rub his body, and then his body was dissolved into the river. So Ganga Narayan Chakravarti, he prayed to him that please, please help us, so we cannot hear this blasphemy of yours in such a way. And he got out of this, just like Isa Mashiach, he got out of this. So anyway, even this Queen Kunti is praying Vipada, Santu Vipada. When so she's just praying that Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru, she's praying that your presence should be there if we get into trouble. She's asking that to be put in her into more and more trouble. She never asked at single time. He is his brother's son, Lord Krishna, and she could have asked at any time. At none of time she asked for his children or his Pancha Pandavas or for himself. They were 12 years in forest with lot of trouble and 1 year in incognito, but she never asked that, but rather when he stayed in Hastinapur, and then when Krishna was going, she is praying in this way. That is very, very rare. Even this Vasudev, he was a leper, and maggots were fall down, and he will put the maggots back that they will die. So how much compassion, how much they discriminated, oh, this is just a little insect, even is killed, what is harm? Let him go. But no, he treated them as if that is a spirit soul, but he's also part of my brother, and it does not get into any trouble. So people, this is very famous verse from Bhagavatam, that even if we are in problem, by heart we still do not blame, like many people blame. If there is God, why we should be in problem, why we should have problem? Either God is not there or he is not competent enough to take care of it. But if one does it, if one tolerates all this, whatever comes because of they take this whatever coming wrong things or problems come, that I have done something in the past and now I should tolerate whatever is coming. And he worships the Supreme Lord by his words, by his body, by his intelligence, by his wealth. He worships the Lord, continues worshiping the Lord. So important verses that has been in this, that we talked about Brahma Bhuta Prasannatmana Sochitina Kankshati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Bhakti Lavate Param. But also Krishna sees Samoham Sarvbhuteshu Na Dveshosti Na Priya Ye Bhajanti Tumam Bhaktya Maite Teshu Chapyam. That I envy no one. And the pure devotee or devotees don't envy anybody. And really, that is the devotional service. Whole Bhagavad Gita is giving instruction about equanimity, samanta, some equanimity. Now one may say that was Krishna asked them to kill so many Kauravas and Pandavas and so many 18 Akshuni Sena, practically just the. So why it is so? If he is equal to everybody, but equal in the sense that he sees the soul, not the body. Body is going to go away anyway. So we should protect our soul, protect by devotional service, by understanding properly. And Arjuna understood that. Then he said that Karishye Vachanam Tama, whatever he is saying, I will do it. Means although he killed Bhishma Pitama, his grandfather, or he killed his Dronacharya, his guru, or he killed so many military men, Duryodhana, etc., so many. But Krishna wanted that, and that is the real religion, a real practice, is to what Krishna wants, we do it. What Sadhu Shastra Guru says, we do it. And without, so he did that, and he did not, Arjun did not discriminate. Means there was no duality. He sees that yes, they are the spirit soul, and so he killed them, but he killed the body, not the soul. And that soul got elevated by seeing Krishna on the battlefield, seeing Arjun, seeing devotee. So Krishna says that I am not like I'm equal. I envy no one. He does not, nobody is his very close friend, but one who is a devotee, te ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya, one who is serving me. Bhaj means devotional service. They are my devotees, and my teti suchapya. I am in them and they are in me. So one should not take it in a wrong way that Krishna is not protecting, that as a result the Lord is also in them also. So this is reciprocal. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tatheva bhajami. As they worship me, I then worship them in the same way. Whoever surrenders unto me, proportionately I take care of. This transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotees are conscious of each other. When a diamond is set in a golden ring, it looks very nice. The gold is glorified, and at the same time, the diamond is glorified. The Lord and the living entity eternally glitter. And when living entity becomes inclined to service of the Supreme Lord, he looks like gold. People say that service to humanity, but service in the way that again they will degrade, again they will be in problem. I was asked a question that we should serve the general public. That is fine, but serve in a way that they don't to suffer again. So they see the soul, and they see that they elevate the soul to Krishna consciousness. Then there is no problem. In one stroke, all the problems are over. So preaching, this is the real preaching, that you give them the Krishna consciousness. If you have to distribute like somebody is hungry, then give prasad, so their soul is more and more becomes purified, and they could take to Krishna consciousness. I hope you could hear well. Sometime I go a little bit further away from the mic.
No, it is very, very clear, Maharaj. All good.
Okay, thank you. So Lord and his devotees, Lord is like a diamond, and the combination in a ring is very, very nice. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotees. It is a reciprocal relationship. And so in the impersonal, this is the personal philosophy. The reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, then there is no personal philosophy, personalist. We are all personalist. God is a person, we are a person, and we have a relationship just like a father and the son, or guru and his disciple. That is also a father and son's relationship. Our real father is Krishna, and guru is giving us how to surrender to Krishna. So in the impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation between the supreme and the living entity. In personalist philosophy, there is that Lord is like a desire tree, and whatever one wants from the desire tree, the Lord supplies it. But here the explanation is more complete. The Lord is here stated to be partial to his devotees. Now, why partial? So this is the manifestation of Lord's special mercy. If it is your own son, like Prabhupada gives the example of Akbar Barsha and his son, and then he said that why your God comes, he could send anybody to protect his children. Why does he come personally? But then this verbal, he said that okay, I will come tomorrow. So in a pond like they were going, and then he gave a doll of his son, Akbar Barsha's son, to a maid servant, and said that when I point it out, just throw that. So she threw to his son, and he immediately, this Akbar Barsha, immediately jumped to the pond. And there were so many guards were there. So he was asking, Hare Krishna, वो ये वाले वो उस कमरे की चाबी दे दो, उसमें ग्रिल लगा देना। यार अभी मेरा क्लास चल रही है, कई लोग हैं, थोड़ी देर रुको जरा, ओके, या फिर कल कर रहा हूँ, ओके, व्हाटएवर वे यू, वो कमरा खुला है। So sorry for interruption. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It belongs to the transcendental situation. So these things, you want to say that if he is equal, why he is discriminating? But they are getting the result of their own activity. It is not that Krishna he remains equal all the time, but it is because of the karmic reaction that they get, and that is also a favor, because if you get a karmic reaction, then all the sinful activity they have done gets nullified gradually, and they become more and more purer. So devotees, that is what is devotional service, are taking to Krishna consciousness. So devotee's activity is not really material activity. It is not on a material platform. It is part of the spiritual world where eternity, bliss, and knowledge is predominant. So, Vidya Vinay Sampanne, we talked about this verse. Brahmane Gavi Hastini, Suni Cheva Swapakecha, Pandita Samadarshi. Pandit is, he sees equally, but equal does not mean that he will eat with dog or he will or go to the and fight with the a lion or go in that way or it is a snake.
Prabhuji, I will call you. I am giving in a class right now. Can I call you in few minutes? I will call you in few minutes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Because same phone, same this Zoom also is the same small phone. But there are many points that we could learn from this. How Prahlad Maharaj's behavior was, and he's instructing his about the bhakti, because his children, school children, were asking, how did he learn all these things? Where did it happen? And Prahlad Maharaj tells his school children the whole story, that how he learned all these things from his guru Narad Muni. But Hiranyakashipu was like one time asked his son to come and sit on his lap.
Can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Affectionately, please tell me what you consider to be the best of all subjects. And then the devotee sees everyone as part and parcel of
We can't hear you, Maharaj ji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, if you could please come a little near to the mic, I think that is the problem.
Yeah,
after the phone call, it got a little down.
Is it? Can you hear now?
Hari bol. Very good, Maharaj.
Oh, Hari bol. Yeah, because I took the phone call and then the mic was.
Yes, no problem.
So Prahlad Maharaj is instructing this philosophy of Krishna consciousness to his children, that how he became a devotee, how he learned all these things, and see how it had one devotee and how he changed the whole class. And then he was favorable. He did not. Sund and Amar wanted to really teach them and this politics and other things to be behavior like a demonic life. Eat, drink, and be merry, enjoy life. But Prahlad Maharaj learned from his proper guru Narad Muni a proper behavior, proper character. So he learned this. So and then he taught the same thing to his school children. They become very favorable. Although Prahlad Maharaj was initially alone, nobody was when he was tortured in many ways that he was tortured by tried. Mountain and into the river, water, putting in a pit of poisonous snakes and throwing him into a boiling hot water. So many times, and he never mind, he never cursed, he never asked the Lord to come and protect him. And so I have full faith that Krishna will always take care of him. So that is really Sharanagati, that he fully dependent on Krishna. He chose him as his maintainer, and he was very humble. So these are the characteristics that we should learn how Prahlad Maharaj behaved and his teaching. So when Prahlad Maharaj put in the lap of his own father, so he is asking, how did you learn, or what best thing you learned in your school? And he's telling, he never creates a situation between friendship and enemy with any others. That is the so he's replying, oh best of the demons, I think the best thing for all the embodied being is who are always full of anxiety with minds absorbed in I and mine. So that concept should not be there. Otherwise, it is like a soul would be falling, degrading. It is like a blind well, like materialistic household life is a blind well. So he means it. There is certain enjoyment, but it's our life is going away. So enjoyment means enjoyment should be in Krishna consciousness. That is real enjoyment of the soul. So soul, just bodily enjoyment is very temporary, and it's a place of misery. So we cannot ask that I would be happy in the material world. But happiness, one should be very, very happy in Krishna consciousness. So he's saying that if it is a, then one should go rather than going into this blind well. One should go to the forest, but that forest is like Vrindavan and take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So Hiranyakashipu was laughed, and then again he sent to Sant and Amarg, and he became very, very that you did not teach him properly. He was ready to punish Sant and Amarg, but they said that give us another chance. So they were trying again their best to give him the politics and means degrading their character to become a demon, like, and become a dictator, because his father thought that he would be the best of the king after me, but he never learned all these things. So Prahlad is saying that I learned these 9 processes of devotional service. So in this way, few times that his father was putting him on the lap and he was telling him all Krishna conscious answers to him, and so he tells about this, about Maya also. Prahlad answers the questions of Sant and Amark is asking them that how did you learn all this? So the Lord's Maya has created the material conception, I and mine, me mameti, aham mameti, asatgrahat. So that is that me and mine, and then that you are not mine, you are not me. So it distinguishes so and para. I and my extended family are extended my situation like wealth, house, whatever it is, or even the nation. Even they may become a nationalist or may become a Vasudeva Kutumbakam. But again, it is an extended family. It's not because that they understand that there is a Paramatma and Atma and everybody is all children of Krishna. So that distinguish. So Swa and Para, friends and enemies, and intelligence or not intelligence, man and woman. These are all. Soul is neither male nor female. In the female body, yes, we are there. Our male body that is there, but it should be seen as part of Krishna, not for my enjoyment. That thing should not be there. So this duplicity and all these things. So Vaishnava thinks in a different way. There is a so jivas and the Lord are one in the spiritual identity, but jivas are not equal to God as the Mayavadis they think. No, Mayavadis think that Narayan, Namo Narayan, you are Narayan, I am Narayan, and when we merge, then we become God. So that is not the case. The servant cannot be equal to the master at any time. Their distinction must continue even in the liberated state. But that distinction is not that we are not equal in the sense that because we are all part of, we are same soul is Satchidananda, but we are minute, and Krishna is the Vibhu, and we are his part and parcel. So Krishna is attracting everyone, and gradually Shanda and Amark one time they put some kind of dimness to kill Prahlad, because his demons could not kill. But then, but that demoness, they ultimately she killed this Shanda and Amark, just like Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni. And Ambarish Maharaj, he forgave. They have that, they see that he just forgave immediately, and he back to Sudarshan Chakra that please, if I have done any religious activity, anything, then please forgive this Durvasa Muni. Don't burn him to ashes. So these are the characteristics of advanced Vaishnavas or Brahmansas, and at least we could learn and imbibe something, and then Krishna becomes very happy just by listening to this Bhagavatam. So I was telling you that Bhagavad Gita is a much more higher than Christianity and others, but Bhagavad Gita is also a preliminary study. Then there is a study of the Vaishnavas and Krishna, and that is more beyond, more deeper how he does it. So we learn from Bhagavatam verses many things which may not be there, although Bhagavad Gita is sum total of all the Vedic scripture in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing on his own life. So Prahlad is describing Shravanam Kirtan, now Vida Bhakti. So that is next meetings like. So, and then he saved Shandana and they became devotees also. So in this way, he turned his whole area like situation into devotees. And Hiranyakashipu was very angry seeing that neither he is killed, he is turning his people into devotees, so he wanted to kill himself. And then Narsingadev came and protected Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad had two kinds of teachers, Sukracharya's sons, who taught him materialistic education, and Narad Muni, who enlightened him in spiritual knowledge. A teacher refers to the like Shukracharya's son from Hiranyak. They were teaching him from Hiranyakashipu's point of view, but Narad Muni was teaching from Krishna's point of view. So he really learned from Narad Muni and he took that. So it's a Prahlad Maharaj's story is very, very important. Even his prayers are so important. And it describes how not only, so his prayers are very, very important. It gives the glorification of the Supreme Lord and prayers to him. And he did not ask, even he was troubling so much his father. But what did he ask at the end? That please forgive my father, please liberate him. And he says, not only you, but 21 generations would be liberated because you are such an advanced devotee. So these materialists are always ignorant. They are ambitious, but they are misled and they are entangled into the material mesh, and they cannot get out without Krishna consciousness. Even if they do karma kanda or whatever, gyan kanda, other than upasana kanda or devotional service, they cannot be liberated. By Astanga yoga, Hatha yoga, they cannot become free. They have to take shelter of devotional service. So Prahlad Maharaj also talks about taking service of the Vaishnavas and what to do. So Hiranyakashipu, when he kills the Narsingh Bhagwan comes and they protect the Prahlad is protected, and the Prahlad Maharaj, not only Prahlad Maharaj, but Narsingh Dev also forgives his father. So taking devotional service is so much advantageous. There is nothing in the material world except dead end, and human life is the only place when we could take to this Krishna consciousness, not other. Not in another life. Human life is so important. So we talked about Narottam Das Thakur, or Das Thakur, or Nityananda and Jagai and Madhai, Srivas Thakur, that how he forgave Gopal Chapal. So devotees don't keep grudges. And if we get, although Krishna protects them, but even if some unwanted things they come, then they think that it is my sins or my impiety or my path that is causing me this, and that is being reduced now by this taking this. So I will end here. There may be certain questions or comments, and so please you can
Hare Krishna
open.
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Very beautiful class, Maharaj. Like always.
No, I did not even read. I just heard that I have to give the class. So anyway, that came to my mind. So we described it. There are some verses from Bhagavad Gita that we describe. Vidya Vinay Sampanna and Samoham Sarvabhuteshwara Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Sochati na Kankshati.
Very beautiful verses, Maharaj. This is our life. This is our life. Yeah, this is our life. So you are giving us
we have to go a long way, but we all should together discuss this topic, these things, and somehow we have to bring it in our life also. Imbibe that other. If you don't show in our life and still fight for the position, fight for wealth, fight for remaining. You enjoy. Enjoying is not denied, but within Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Maharaj. I always try to enjoy.
Yeah. No, when you came, you were laughing, and I felt very. You are always very smiling. Always, it's good.
Hari bol, Maharaj. No, Maharaj, beautiful class. I loved you. You also gave that verse, Vadanti Tat Tat Vidas, when you were talking about three, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, and Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. That was the stages you were talking about. And then beautiful comparison of like spiritual comparison between Jesus Christ and Haridas Thakur, and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the whips on himself, such a beautiful those are the kathas which we can hear every day, but still it will purify us every day, especially people like me, because I'm so fallen, Maharaj. It's millions of lives of karma that I have, and that is cleared only by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam and all the literatures that we have, Maharaj. And certainly,
You're
Maharaj,
right.
Kunti Maharani, you were talking about, she asked Krishna presents the form of troubles, of course, we are not at that level. We will be like, broken in one day if any small trouble comes, what to speak about big troubles. But hopefully Naam will give us this, Shakti that even if some loved one pass, which will happen one day eventually, we all have to see that day. But that day we will just, we can just think about Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says Nainam Chindanti Shastrani. We will think, yes, they have passed, but they have, it's just the body has passed, the Atma is still there, and it is hopefully going to Krishna to serve him. So the Shastras are so strong, which gives us so much strength. And then you were talking about Vasudev leper, and I love that verse, Tattenu Kampasu Samikshamano Punjane Vatmakritam Vivakam Ridavagvapur Virvididan Namaste. And then same in the Ramayana it says, Kona kahu ke sukh dukh kar bhrata, Nijkrit karma bhog sab bhrata. Same thing the Shastras are saying us time after time, And that is the only thing, Maharaj, I think, that gives us some solace when something happens to us. Otherwise, as you said, if we have grudges, that is not going to help us. But if we think only in that way, that I have done this to that devotee or even to a known devotee, and it is coming back to me, that is the only thing that can give us solace. Otherwise, there is no way. Otherwise, we'll be just thinking, Are, mere saath ye kar diya, and then we will be like just in trouble. But if only we think that is only Hridvag Vapur Vidya Namaste, so only my own karmas are coming back to me, and that is the only thing that will give us some kind of solace, Maharaj. Beautiful class, Maharaj. Beautiful class. Maharaj, you should have given your boy kamre ki chabi. Wo bechara aa raha tha. He was putting some grills on.
Yeah, he wanted to put some grips. Anyway, I did not wanted to let you all wait for a long
No,
time.
you're always
So,
very merciful. You're always very merciful. I saw you got the call, you got the people coming in, but you're trying to give a class, just speak about Krishna to all of us. You know that we are all here. So thank you so much, Maharaj. That's very merciful. That's very nice of you
thank you
all.
so much. Sri Yashobnesha Dasi wants to have some question.
Hari bol. She's a very good devotee, Maharaj, always giving her beautiful association.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada and you wonderful Vaishnavas. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Maharaj. I just wanted, I had a question also, but it's pretty wonderful how pure devotees like Prahlad can evoke the mercy of Narada Muni. He has he has direct contact, and we're striving to have contact, although we have it subtly, but just to have that one-on-one, would be wonderful. But I guess I have to chant maybe trillion more times, But I was saying this, how was Saranagati invoked and Prahlad at such a young age? He was just so attentive at 5 years old. His environment at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. Look at that. This is he's amazing. He's only 5, Maharaj. When I look at 5-year-olds now, you say, wow. So explain that.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Haribol.
Haribol. See, he learned even in the womb of the mother. this Kritadyuti, wife of Hiranyakashipu, she was taken home or by Narad Muni, and then he taught him Srimad Bhagavatam, and Narad Muni gave so many instructions, and he imbibed all those instructions in his childhood, not just by year. 5 years he was taken to his father. Narad Muni brought him back when he came after his so much austerity and so many moons, and was creating so much havoc or problems. But he learned all this. But because his guru was so much potent, guru was so much Maha Bhagavat, so he learned all this from such a guru. And then he not only imbibed, but he was putting in his practice.
Jai Haribol. I forget that he was in the womb and he was learning so much when he was before he was even, born. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Maharaj. Just so many wonderful pastimes that you shared in reference to his magnificent love of God and devotion. So thank you so very much. Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for asking. I was also thinking it must be age, because Prahlad Maharaj 5 years, Dhruv Maharaj 5 years. So 5 years must be a good age to do that. So thank you so much. Maharaj, there is another question from our very dear devotee in chat box from Radha Jyoti Mataji. Mataji is saying, Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam, respected Maharaj ji. Question is, how to respond consciously to toxic people and protect consciousness? I can hold reaction, but silence is taken for granted. How should I deal myself and correct myself?
Toxic persons, see one thing, even if they are, so we should not get irritated. We should not get upset. They may be asking something wrong. And if we are competent enough, give the answer. Otherwise, remain silent. Silence is gold. Rather than answering.
Hare Krishna.
Hello?
Yes, Maharaj, you are back. You were saying silence is gold.
Yeah, silence is gold. And practically, because this is a material world, this is Kali Yuga, and many things would happen. So we protect our sadhana rather than spending time in fighting with them, and deal in a proper. They may have some their higher superiors or somebody to go for that, but there are many toxic people, just not one or two, many, and from all around. So better to not to deal with such person, or to keep ourselves away from that, so we don't get spoiled by their association, and give them, if they could listen to Krishna consciousness, you give it. Otherwise, many people would not take to that. And Bhagavad Gita also says that don't give this knowledge to somebody who is not favorable. So why to deal with the toxic people? And what we will gain by dealing or fighting with them? We cannot correct all the whole public or whole population or whole country or whatever town. So there would always be some people, and let them live on their own, and they will be destroyed by time and by their own sinful activity.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, hopefully you listened to the answer that Maharaj gave. So that's good. Maharaj, there is no more questions in the chat box. Oh, Maharaj, there is Hemi Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna,
Thank
Mataji.
you for the wonderful class. I just wanted to sort of learn a little bit more. Like we always hear, and you said today also, that we should do everything for the pleasure of the Lord. And this is it's a big instructions, but it's very difficult to remember and follow it 24/7. So, is there something you can sort of guide as to how to remember that everything I'm doing is for the pleasure of the Lord, not for myself?
See, if we put Krishna in the center of our life, and that I'm just servant of Krishna, I'm part of Krishna, Krishna is doing everything. If we take that me and mine, or I am the doer, then we get into problem. But if we think that it is because of Krishna, whether I'm enjoying or suffering, or it is I have done something wrong. So always take that we have done something in the past that we are something. But if you put like, say, study is for Krishna, shopping is for Krishna, job is for Krishna, taking care of children are Krishna, taking care of the home is Krishna. So if you seem that it is all because I'm doing for Krishna and it is our part, then anything that you are doing around that would be Krishna conscious. You are cooking, you are offering to Krishna. You are buying ingredients to go to market, and then if you think that it is I'm buying for Krishna and making him pleased, that I make such a nice special thing, Krishna would be happy that you are thinking. So even if you are working in the field, Krishna told one time the Narad Muni, that person farmer is my best devotee. And then Narad Muni was very surprised that he does not chant, he does not do much, there is no tilak, nothing. But he says he is thinking of me, all his work is dedicating to me. So he asked Narad Muni to give an example that bring this pot of oil without it is filled up to the brim, and then nothing should drop. The field was very uneven. So Narad Muni was attention was on the oil, not on Krishna, not thinking of Krishna. Then we came to Krishna without his feeling. So Krishna asked him, how many times did you think of me? He said, not a single time. What you were thinking? I was thinking the oil that you ordered me. So if we take the order of Krishna, our life is Krishna, we are meant for Krishna, our children are Krishna's part also. He has given us in charge of us. So I have to protect him. I have to take care, give him Krishna consciousness. Same thing you could give Krishna consciousness to anybody. Gyare dekho tare ko Krishna upadesh. Amara agya guru tare desh. Then whomever you meet, you give them Krishna consciousness. Whether you are in a plane, whether you are going in a bus or whatever it is, shopping, you talk about Krishna. Somewhat related to Krishna, not directly Krishna consciousness, not directly chanting, but at least you could tell them some stories about Krishna, how nice he is, how he protected, how he gave the Dhai, like Putna, she was demoness to kill Krishna, but he gave him the position, even to means to many Ratnavali or this Bali Maharaja's daughter, and she came as a Kubja or one that was. So anyway, Krishna, if you are always, you could think of Krishna always if we are Krishna conscious. In any your walk, taking, even brooming the temple or cleaning the temple or cleaning the toilet, but it is for Krishna or his devotee's pleasure. I'm doing it. So don't think any duty for Krishna is higher or lower. And then, so one can remain Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day if Krishna is the center of the life. If you love him, then naturally whatever you do is for Krishna, it becomes Krishna consciousness. It's a difficult, it may take longer period, or Krishna will remind you from inside. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Tesham sadata yuktanam bhajatam priti purukam dadami buddhi yogam tam. He gives you the intelligence by which you can come to him, or you could do everything for him. Whatever you do, it is for Krishna. Marriage for Krishna, child for Krishna, taking care of the home, job for Krishna, everything could become Krishna. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dandavat pranam.
Thank you. Dandavat pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Anything else?
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful answer, Maharaj. Very beautiful answer. You know, a story comes to my mind, Maharaj, when you say you continue serving Krishna. There was a person, her wife, she got into an accident and she went into coma and she was in hospital. And this person would go and see his wife every day, but she's in coma. She's not realizing that he's there. So after 4 or 5 months, doctor told him, doctor said, you are coming every day, but she's not, remembering you, recognizing you. She's in coma. So his answer was, she don't remember, but I remember her. So that is the Krishna. You know, we forget Krishna, but Krishna remembers us all. Yes, so we
Right.
keep Haribol. Beautiful answer.
Okay.
Maharaj,
Good.
there is, okay. Radha Jyoti Mataji is first of all thanking you. So she liked the answer of that question that we should remain silent in different opposite, especially in opposite conditions. Maharaj, she is asking how you remember all the beautiful pastimes. I think Maharaj got a phone call. Oh no, Maharaj.
Just I will.
How you
Damodar,
remember
can I call
all
you
the...
later on? I'm just on a class right now. I will call you in few minutes, okay? Okay, Hari Bol. I will call you in few minutes, Haribol. Okay, Prabhu, let us go ahead.
Sorry, Maharaj. Sorry, we'll let you go after this question. Maharaj is asking how you remember all these.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes,
Okay.
Maharaj. We can hear you. She's asking how you can remember all these beautiful pastimes of Chaitanya Charitamrita and how you recall them in a synchronized way.
It was not synchronized way. It was just at random, whatever came to my mind. I was talking a little bit about them. I'm not a big scholar. I just read sometime or hear the lectures, and from that, whatever I learn, neither I apply in my life, but I depend on Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Maharaj. This is the humility, Maharaj, you are showing. Srila Prabhupada, when writes Markine Dharma, he writes Bhakti nahi Veda nahi. Srila Prabhupada is saying that Bhakti nahi Veda nahi. Name daru karo. Bhakti Vedanta nama ebe sartak karo. Srila Prabhupada, this is your humility, Maharaj. You are his disciple. This is just coming out. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees. It's late now. Maharaj has so many.
Yeah, Hemi Ben is.
Hemi Mataji already asked her question, Maharaj.
Already. Okay. So let us end it now. Okay.
Let us
Thank you,
end,
Mancha
Maharaj. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Maharaj and all the assembled devotees. Mancha kalpataru
Vancha kalpataru कृपासिन्धुभ्यो पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Ki
jai.
jai.
Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki